Good day, everyone. Today, we will take a look at the USS Defiant from Star Trek Deep Space Nine. This has got to be one of my favorite ships so far in Star Trek. So, let's get into it. Number 1. The USS Defiant NX 74205 was a 24th century Federation Defiant-class starship operated by Starfleet. This was the prototype of the class and the second Federation ship known to bear the name Defiant. Number 2. Development on the Defiant began around 2366 in response to the Borg threat to the Federation. After initial and hostile first contact with the Borg, Starfleet did what it hadn't done in decades: place greater emphasis on Starfleet's essential role in the defense of the Federation. Drafting plans for such a defense required a starship capable of fighting against the Borg. Officially classified as an escort vessel, the Defiant was nothing less than Starfleet's first design of a warship intended to combat the Borg. The vessel featured minimal equipment for scientific research and was not designed to accommodate families. Number 3. The Defiant did not perform well in its initial trial runs. The vessel was so overpowered and overgunned for a ship of its size, so much so that the Defiant nearly shook itself apart when the engines were tested at full power. Ultimately, these design flaws, combined with the Borg threat becoming less urgent, led the Starfleet to the decision to abandon the project and place the prototype in storage. Number 4. Although it was designed to be fast and highly maneuverable with powerful weaponry, the Defiant was overgunned and overpowered for a vessel of its size. The ship's structural integrity field needed extensive modifications to keep the Defiant from tearing itself apart. The ship was designed specifically for battle, featuring pulse phaser cannons and quantum torpedo, in addition to photon torpedoes, standard phasers, and a high-capacity deflector shield system. Another asset is a blade of armor, enabling the ship to sustain multiple hits from enemy weapons, even when the shields were inoperable, with minimal damage. Inside, the Defiant is relatively Spartan by Starfleet standards of the time. The ship is not designed to carry family members, has no science labs or holodecks, and has a limited infirmary. Crew quarters consist of 2 bunk beds and a general computer interface. Number 5. After the USS Odyssey was destroyed in late 2370, Commander Benjamin Sisko, who served on the team that designed the Defiant, requested that the vessel be put out of storage and assigned to Deep Space Nine to counter a new threat of the Dominion. The vessel was officially launched in 2370 on stardate 4753-8.5 from the Antares shipyards. Arriving in 2371, the Defiant's first assignment was to attempt to convince the founders of the Dominion that the Federation posed no threat to them. After a special amendment was made to the Treaty of Algeron, the Romulan Star Empire provided Sub-Commander Tyrol and one of their cloaking devices to aid in its mission, in exchange for any intelligence gained in the Dominion. Number 6. While pursuing Maquis defector Michael Eddington, the Defiant was disabled by a Cascade virus that Eddington had installed in the ship's computers during his time as DS9's Security Starfleet Chief Officer's role. The vessel had to be towed back to DS9. Number 7. In an effort to stop the Dominion's military buildup in Cardassian space, Starfleet Command opted to mine the entrance to the Bajoran wormhole, a move that was virtually guaranteed to lead to war. Despite coming under fire by Dominion forces, the Defiant was able to deploy the minefield and evacuate DS9's Starfleet personnel before the Dominion took control of the station. Number 8. Under the command of Worf, the Defiant was finally used for what the vessel was originally designed for: fighting the Borg. In the Battle of Sector 001 in mid-2373, the Defiant assaulted an invading Borg cube from the Typhon sector to Earth and took severe damage. Worf was about to order the ship to ram the cube when the USS Enterprise E rescued the vessel's survivors, leaving the Defiant unmoored though salvageable. Aboard the Enterprise, the Defiant and Enterprise crews followed a Borg sphere to 2063 shortly after the cube's destruction to stop the Borg from sabotaging Zefram Cochrane's first warp flight. Following these events, the Defiant was repaired and returned to DS9. Number 9. Sisko returned to the captain's chair of the Defiant to lead Operation Return in mid-2374, with the Defiant being the only Federation ship to make it through the Dominion blockade and reach DS9. From the perspective of the wider galaxy, the Defiant was responsible for destroying the Dominion reinforcements coming through after the destruction of the self-replicating minefield, although in reality Sisko had actually appealed to the Prophets to destroy the fleet and prevent further such passage through the wormhole. The vessel resumed its assignment at Deep Space Nine after the station was retaken. Number 10. The Defiant's short career came to an end in mid-2375. Shortly after joining the war on the side of the Dominion, the Breen retook the Chintaka system, using a new form of energy-dampening weapon. The Defiant, along with 310 other Allied vessels, was destroyed during the battle, although the crew were permitted to escape in life pods by the Dominion forces, who wanted to ensure the Federation knew of their new allies. So thanks for watching the video. If you liked the video, consider hitting the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to get all our latest videos. Take care and have an awesome day.